Good evening, beautiful people. It's been a little while since I've checked in here on Facebook, so I just had a sudden burst of inspiration. As many of you will have known, I've moved from the lockdown capital, antisocial capital of the world of Melbourne, over to here in Bali to chase a little bit more freedom, socialization, inspiration, and all the great things in life. And working on, I know I haven't been posting much, but I'm working on something really cool that's coming up. 2021 Parallax Transformation. ParallaxTransformations.com. The website's actually live, still under construction if you'd like to check it out, where I'll be sharing a whole lot of insights into, dare I say it, personal development, personal transformation, personal growth, and all this amazing knowledge that I've acquired over 2020 and learning the things that have really developed me in becoming the person that I've been becoming, which has been really incredible, and super excited to share this with you. One of the big topics and programs, if you like, that I'm writing is the Life Hacks. It comes from a program called Ultimate Success, which is a fantastic program, and I want to share lots of these bits and pieces with you guys. So one of the big topics that I really love is taking personal responsibility. It's kind of goes without saying, right? I'm not going to get too much into this video because I'm going to do a whole video and a whole section on that. But one of the elements around it is magical thinking, which, I've been brought up in, in the spiritual sense of where, trusting the universe, trusting in intuition, all that great stuff. And it's not the kind of conversation that I want to have now. What the area on magical thinking that doesn't really gel very well with me is, people using it, and I think we all do it in some degree, as an excuse, if you like, not taking action because the time's not right, or it wasn't meant to be, when things go wrong, it wasn't meant to be. Really just giving up responsibility for, owning your shit. Nothing moves until, nothing happens until movement is created. The ducks don't line up until, the mother ducks takes the first step, and then the others line up as well. So I was actually sitting here next to the pool, beautiful little spot that we got here, and it came up in the chapter of this book that I'm reading right here, and I wanted to read it out because it's articulated so beautifully. Sharon Pearson from, just let me put the camera down here, see if I can get this right. Ultimate You Quest Edition there by the wonderful Sharon Pearson. So, would you like to join me on it's only 2 pages. I haven't read out loud for a long time. I haven't even had anyone to read to for a long time. So bear with me, but I really wanted to share this message because I think it articulates the magical thinking and the view that I've had for a little while that I've been wanting to share with people. So, for example, somebody feeds their addiction for gossip and tells their friends they're going to do a training course. They haven't done anything yet, but they talk about it. They finally decide to take action. They fill out a form and then find they filled out some paperwork incorrectly. They decide it's a sign and they shouldn't do it. They don't decide that they should take responsibility for doing the paperwork with care. They then tell themselves it wasn't meant to be, rather than getting on with correcting something as minor as paperwork. Then they decide they have to work on themselves more anyway, so they delay doing anything and stay in that job they don't like, waiting for themselves to change somehow. The exact change is not defined or clear or focused. They then feel a little bitter because things aren't happening for them. It can't be them. It would be too painful to deal with. So it must be their parents, or their partner, or their busyness. Blaming them means they don't have to look at themselves and then feel the pain of their own disappointment in themselves. They see other people getting on with their dreams. That feels even more painful. Rather than deal with this, face this, and move through this, they tell themselves that they're an exception, that it's harder for them because of finance, time, family. They see someone really going for it, who succeeds, then has a tremendously painful setback. They don't feel compassion for this person Compassion would be too risky to feel because it would be very close to feeling vulnerable. And still they feel relief. It's proof that there's always a catch. It's karma, it's justification for them not having to go, for not having a go at living their dreams. They tell themselves they'll get to it, get to life when things are easier. In the meantime, they count their blessings that are going okay for them. A friend points out to them that they could go for their dreams, that nothing's stopping them. This hurts because it's true. And they don't know what to do with these painful emotions. So they reject this message. They reject the friend. Being right and safe is easier than facing how they're letting themselves down. And now they become more rigid and justified in their thinking. And the more rigid a person, the more unhappy they are. So it's just a section of the chapter, page 264 in the chapter called Dump Magical Thinking, which is actually, it's halfway through the book and it's the 12, so if you go back a little bit, it is the 12 Stepping Stones to Restoring Your Ultimate Self. Fantastic book, I'd highly recommend it, but I'll be sharing a few bits and pieces out of it as well. So comment below, tell me what you think about that. What's your views on magical thinking and personal responsibility and the success and lack of success that can be influenced by how well we really step into taking 100% responsibility for our lives, our actions, the way we feel and the way we react to the external environment. Have a good night. Talk to you soon.